Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Universally Epic Podcast, your go-to Universal Orlando trip planning podcast. I'm Jim Klein, along with Taylor Franklin. We are your hosts and travel agents for all things Universal. On today's show, we discuss walk-around meet and greet characters that we'd like to see in the parks. And Taylor literally just came from seeing Jurassic World Rebirth, and we get her thoughts on the movie. So, how you doing today, Taylor?
I'm good. This week has been a lot, but it was as at time of recording, it was 4th of July weekend, so it was a lot.
Yeah, yeah. This weekend has been very, very busy for both of us. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's good to actually see each other again after like 2 weeks. So we're doing this whole
Yeah, it
thing.
was
So it's like
weird
it
last
was
week.
weird. It was. I did actually wait to edit the second podcast just to have more of a. I should I should have just did it all at once because there were two short episodes,
Yeah.
um, and so it went kind of quick in the editing portion of it.
hmm
But yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll wait until next week. That way, I have like a rhythm still, and I know
Yeah,
so.
you don't fall out of routine.
Exactly. So, all right. So let's. Oh, yeah, it's fresh in your mind. Let's talk about Jurassic World Rebirth
Okay.
first. I think.
So
So what?
so again, at time of recording, I just got out of the movie like 30 minutes ago. Is when I got home. So I long time Jurassic Park fan. Okay. Long time Jurassic Park fan. I only like Jurassic World in the Jurassic World series. I do not like the rest of the Jurassic World movies. I eh, I really wanted to because they brought back the original cast for Dominion and I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be so good." And then it wasn't.
No,
Um
I know they haven't
so
been living up to the hype for a
yeah,
while.
so with this one though, I was like, okay, this is an entirely new cast. It's not Chris Pratt and her name escapes me right now. Bryce Dallas Howard. Um Not that they are bad actors, but they are not my cup of tea except for Bryce Dallas Howard. I do love her, but Chris Pratt is not my favorite. So I was always like on him. Um, but then I was like, okay, brand new cast of characters. My third favorite Bridgerton. Love that. Scarlett Johansson, love her. She's great. So I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. So I watched the first trailer, like the teaser trailer that came out. I watched that because I was like, this is probably least likely to spoil me. And for those of you who don't know, my favorite dinosaur is the mosasaur. So I was really excited that this seemed to be pretty mosasaur centered, at least from that trailer. So
Hmm.
I go into the movie, and obviously I work in a movie theater, so I get to see all of our promotional merchandise before anybody else does. Um, and all of the merchandise really mosasaur heavy, and I was like, okay, okay, okay. Not okay, guys. From here on out, spoilers. Um, not to diminish the mosasaur's role because she was beautiful. She's there for like 10 minutes of a 2 hour and 18-minute long movie.
Oh no.
Um, so that was pretty sad, but I did get to see her breach 4 times, 3 times, and it was beautiful. The CGI in that movie is absolutely stunning. I love it. Um, the rest of the movie really solid. Genuinely, I thought that it was gonna be kind of like um, but like it was actually really solid. It had a pretty clear through line. There weren't any weird children that were cloned and they were dinosaurs also. None of that. So we didn't have to see that. But there was some pretty good emotional beats. The visuals were stunning. They really knocked it out of the park with this one. So I was really excited to see that happen. And Jonathan Bailey was fantastic. I love him. He reminds me of Milo from Treasure Planet. He's so funny. I adore him. But it was really cool to see all of the dinosaurs that we don't normally get to see in the series. So we got to see the really, really, really big. Oh no, now the name has escaped me.
You know what?
It's fine.
Dinosaur
The
names,
really big dinosaurs.
literally, dinosaur names are always like the most confusing thing in the world to me. Like my son can rattle off dinosaur names like it's nothing.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know, he's like an encyclopedia for dinosaurs. But me, he'll say it. I still don't know what he's talking about, to be honest with you. So
Noah does
you're
the
not
same
losing me.
thing. Noah will just tell me the dinosaur names. He got upset because they mispronounced one of the dinosaur names in the movie. And he was still talking about that when we got home. But I just like it was absolutely stunning. The movie itself didn't feel as I guess that's kind of the point though. Hold on. Um Jurassic World Rebirth did not feel as corporate as the Jurassic World series has, which I guess is the point. Because
Yeah.
like InGen and everything is like super corporate. I guess that's the point. I'm having an epiphany.
Oh wow, look at you.
But yeah, no, this movie really kind of felt like we were going back to basics, and it was
Okay,
just as
that's
fun
great.
as the Jurassic Park series. So
Oh, that's great. That's
yeah,
great. So
it
highly
was fun.
recommend is what you're
Yeah,
saying. All right,
I had a
great.
good time. I hope they
That's all.
continue. If they continue, I hope they continue to follow on this track, and we don't get more things like Lost Kingdom and Dominion.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right, nice.
Yeah,
So age wise, can I bring my 10-year-old son?
yeah.
No, great. Okay.
Well, there's a little bit of violence in it, but I mean it's dinosaurs.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, yeah, dinosaurs, whatever.
yeah.
Uh,
There is very very little on-screen blood.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. He
Both
can
of the like kills that happen on screen, there's no blood.
all right. All right. Yeah, I think yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking about taking him to be honest with you, so that's good to know.
It was really fun. It was a really good movie, and honestly, it feels like a really good standalone movie. So you really don't need to like watch the other Jurassic World
Hold
movies to
on. Okay.
understand this one.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yep.
All right. So, well, that's that. Taylor highly recommends going to see Jurassic
Yeah.
World Rebirth. So we're gonna move on to our next segment. We move things on a little quicker now in the summertime. So let's
Mm-hmm.
we'll get on to our other segment that we're doing. And these are like walk around characters that we kind of want to see either walking around or with a meet and greet.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so you've been talking a little bit, so I'll go first. How about the Universally Epic Podcast is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel, a Universal you preferred travel agency. If you're looking to plan your next Universal Orlando vacation, let's do it together. As certified Universal specialists, we can help guide you through the planning process with helpful tips and tricks along the way. The best part, all our travel planning services are free to you.
When you book your Universal Orlando vacation with us, you qualify for an exclusive booking bonus offer from the Magic for Less Travel, a $25 Universal gift card for all vacation packages over $2,500. Ready to start planning? Email the podcast at universallyepicpodcast@gmail.com and start planning your next epic Universal vacation today. Okay.
And my first one, I'll say, is in Universal, and we're not doing Epic Universe. We
No,
already
no.
discussed that because there's too many already.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
not that there's too many,
They're doing it correctly over
they're
there.
doing it right, right? Like Epic Universe is doing it right. So,
Mhm.
um, so we excluded Epic Universe. So mine is like a whole thing. Okay, so my first one and my favorite one that I have is so you see them in parades, but they're not many. They don't show up as like a walk around character, and I have something even more than just a walk around character,
Okay.
and it's the Ghostbusters. Okay,
That would be so fun.
yeah. So
Okay.
my thing is like okay, throughout the day they could be like walking around and stuff in like the New York area,
Yeah.
and but when nighttime comes, it's going to be like what I think is like a pop-up projection show on the facade there in New York where they're
Ooh.
using their like trappers to trap
Uh-huh.
like ghosts, but the ghosts are like projected up on the screen in 3D, right? So then
Like a
after
nighttime
yeah, like
spectacular. I
but,
love that.
but it's like a 10-minute show, like a 5-10 minute show, like kind of like the Blues
Uh-huh.
Brothers. They'll roll in, right? They'll do their show.
In the Ecto one?
Yeah, and then they Yeah, and then they'll just like hang out and
That would
like
be so
meet and
fun.
greet people afterwards. Like that was my whole thing
That's
with the ghost
super
hunt. It would be
cool.
kind of cool. Like, and it would be only at night the show, but like during the day they could be out there too, But
Yeah.
like only the show at night, and they'll have like reoccurring shows throughout the night with like projection mapping on that. You know, what is that?
Oh, that would be so
Library? Is that a
cool.
library? What is that?
Yeah,
New York
I
City
think so.
Library, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
I
All right,
think
so that
so.
was my first one.
Well, okay, so just to piggyback a little bit off of that, did you see the rumors that are happening that the Ghostbusters roller coaster might be coming and replacing Rip Red Rocket?
Yeah, I did see that. I did, and that was a
It
rumor
would be
like
really
a long
cool.
time ago. I think we talked about that like
Yeah.
way back when. And
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's great. I think it would be cool.
Well, now they have like, suspicious signs on the fences and stuff. Have you seen the signs?
I haven't seen the signs, but I've seen like pictures of them like basically getting ready to just tear this thing down, like
Oh yeah,
preemptively. Like
it's coming.
yeah, they're not
No,
wasting any
so
time.
there's like signs on it that are like caution like property of like New York. It has like the firehouse that they lived in. Like there's like
Oh,
yeah.
so they're basically telling you. I didn't see that part. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I don't know. They could be doctored images, but I don't think they are.
Can't tell anymore, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
I
so
don't
easy to
know.
fake images now. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So what's one of yours?
Okay, so mine is in Islands of Adventure. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get it out of the way really quick. It's in the Lost Continent because the Lost Continent is going to become Zelda. So I've said it once before. I will say it again. Link, Zelda, and then here's the big one. Here's the big one. The big one would be to have Ganondorf there during Halloween
Okay.
as like a random, like, you know how they do like the Death Eaters?
Mm-hmm.
They could do that. But he
Okay.
like
Yeah.
shows up randomly with his like little cronies.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
But like Link and Zelda walking around, meeting people, things like that. Beautiful. I mean, you could even like if you really wanted to like get kind of crazy with it, you could have Zelda in like one part of the park and Link in another part of the park, and then like eventually they meet up and then you can have meet and greet with both of them.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah. And you know that they do it right because of what's going on over at Epic, right?
Yeah.
So it would be perfect, like integration over there.
Now, Jim, I don't know how much you know about anime. Probably not very
Not
much.
much. Not
Okay.
much.
So, my favorite anime is called One Piece, and it is about pirates. It's very, very fun. I had a second idea for the Lost Continent, so I'm going to throw it here really fast. My second idea for the Lost Continent would actually be to theme it to One Piece and have the Straw Hats show up because it went over so well at FanFest in Hollywood.
Okay. I'm gonna look this up.
And
One Piece.
yeah,
Okay. See, so I've obviously seen these characters before. I
yeah.
don't know anything about them, but I have seen them.
It went over so well, and people were like dressing up for FanFest and like going to meet the Straw Hats and everything. It was a big deal during FanFest, and One Piece is one of the top selling and like highly rated anime of like ever.
Okay. And that would go
It's
in where Lost Continent would be, like
yeah,
instead of okay,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. You
Yeah,
could theme
that's
it
a
to.
different way to
There's
look at
quite a
it.
few islands you could theme it to, but
Yeah, yeah,
you could even just theme it to the ocean.
true.
I mean, Poseidon is right there.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You are right.
I'm just
Um,
saying. That would be fun. But the Straw Hats were my walk around character for that. Anyway.
that's very cool. Um, Staying in Islands of Adventure, this is like a throwback one, and I wish they would bring
Okay.
it back. Now, I think I've talked about this once before. When I first went to Islands of Adventure, when it first opened, right? It was like the first year it was open. We did not have a great time. Every ride was like breaking
Right.
down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my this guy walking around, it was Sinbad, right? Sinbad would walk around the port of
Sinbad.
entry. Yeah, he would walk around the
Uh-huh.
door entry, and he came up to our family and he's like, "Hey, how's your day going?" And my dad's like, "Not
Hey.
good. Everything's broken. Like this stinks." And we had like one park tickets, like, and we're like, "This is like we don't want to be here anymore," you know. And Sinbad walked us over to Universal, like Studios Florida. Yeah,
He
got us
just
in over
walked you over there?
there. He walked us
That's
over.
so funny.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like it would kind of be cool to see him again. Like thank you
Yeah.
very much, Sinbad, because that was a really cool experience. And like he went over to guest services and was like, "Hey, they need to get in here because they everything was breaking down on them," and they got us in. And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like it was very cool. So
Okay.
it's so random. Yeah, it was
Hell
so
yeah, Sinbad.
yeah, it was so funny. That was a long time ago. It was like '99, I think.
Oh, they wouldn't get away with that now.
No, nope, nope. So that was a
But I'm
little.
glad you got to experience that. That's
It
cool.
was very cool. It was very cool. Um, that was just a little piggyback. I'll go into my next one. And this one I think we've talked about in the past with like I think it was the dining episode that we were talking about. But Men in
Okay.
Black, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I just want to see random like Men in Black walking around that area. Like or
Uh-huh.
like at like that like the icy machine stand. That would be great if they were the ones like serving you the ices.
That would be really funny.
He's so funny to see. Like just every person that worked in that area, just dressed in a black suit with black glasses, like
Yeah.
sunglasses, would be the coolest thing ever. I think so.
No, I agree.
Not really like a meet and greet, but it would be like kind of just like more of an atmosphere type thing, and I think that would be
Sure.
cool. So, what do you got next?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It wasn't that much. I have another one.
um yeah, I have one for Jurassic Park actually. It's kind of funny. Uh, so I think especially with the addition of Dominion kind of existing in the same world that Jurassic World exists in, and with the Velocicoaster being themed to Jurassic World, but Jurassic Park River Adventure still being themed to Jurassic Park. I think it would be really, really fun to have Owen and Claire over by the Velocicoaster, and you can like Claire will be like explaining, the Velocicoaster. She'll be talking about the park. And then Owen will be like, I don't know, over by his motorcycle or something. I don't know what he would be doing, but he would be doing something. And you could have like a meet and greet area with them where like the backdrop for your meet and greet picture is the Velocicoaster.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's very cool.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right,
I
right.
like it. I like it.
Um, but then over by the Jurassic Park River Adventure, kind of over by like where the Jeep and like the T-Rex that's like coming out of the
Hmm.
leaves is, you could have you could rotate them in and out, or you could have all of them. You can have John Hammond over there, or you could put him over at the Discovery Center. That's fine too. um you can have Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, Ellie Sattler. You can have them all over there, and I think that would
Yeah,
be so much fun, especially for like the older Jurassic Park fans that would actually recognize those characters and would probably love to have them have some kind of presence in the park, because I feel like they really need to have a presence in the park.
yeah, I agree. That's a good idea. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's very cool. Let's see. What is on my list next? One, okay. So I think before Epic, let's be honest, like Wicked's coming to the parks, right? And I'm thinking we
Yeah,
both know that Epic Universe is gonna probably have an expansion pad for Wicked, and
yeah,
so my whole thing was like Wicked characters. We've done whole shows on, right? You had like
right, yeah,
indoor roller coaster. Go find it. I
right.
don't know what episode it is. I probably should have looked that up ahead of time. But
It was
it
our first Blue Sky episode.
the first it was such a good show. That was
Yeah,
such a good one. But yeah, the Wicked characters have to be, and I think they can do that in a way. It doesn't even have to be at Epic just now, but I think they need to get it in before the expansion pad comes.
mm-hmm.
So in any way they can, maybe even like even City Walk, you can figure something out, right? Like you can have like a
Right.
pop up shop type thing,
Well,
or
they have the Wicked experience still in Universal proper,
oh,
I'm
it's
pretty
still in there.
sure.
I didn't know
Unless
it was
I'm
still there.
crazy.
Is it still there?
Yeah. It says
It
that
is.
it'll be open through the next film. The next film comes out.
Oh, okay. Yes, we
Yeah.
did talk about that too. So we
Yep.
see how much I listen to myself. But yeah, so throw some Wicked characters in there, right? Like
Hmm.
you might as well at this point.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're waiting for on that one because I think that would be a
Well, I think
massive.
they had it during the first like week. They had meet
Yeah,
and
they're
greet
letting it go,
characters, but
right?
like they
Like
should have it now.
yeah, they really should. Like, and it's gonna
Especially
start
after the
building back
movie
up.
and like drumming up more hype for the second movie, I feel like they should do it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like
Like
easy.
this second movie is gonna be absolutely massive. It's gonna be, and you're gonna see it. Like it's gonna start ramping up very soon because we're getting close. It's November, right? We're
Remind
not
me to
that
quit the
far away.
theater before
Yeah, you're
that
gonna be.
happens.
Yeah, you're
We can't do that again.
swamped. Uh,
Well, and the worst part about it is they're doing it again where it's Wicked and a Disney movie. I think it's Zootopia 2 that come out at the same time.
oh no, I think
Yeah.
Wicked's gonna actually do better. To be honest with you.
Wicked did better than Moana
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Well, Moana 2 was not good. Let's be honest. That was
Zootopia 2 is not going to be good.
no, it's not. Like Moana 2, I like Maui's songs in Moana 2 were so shoehorned. Like everything was just so forced with like the music and everything. They should have just
Hmm.
brought back what is that? Lin Manuel Miranda, who did all the music for it. Like he should have done.
Yeah.
They
And
should have
not
got.
like the person, and not like the person that like mimicked his style or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was terrible. It was not
Weird.
good. Yeah, it was not good. Okay, we're
Weird.
not talking about that though right now.
Okay, so I have one that I think we both have, so we can both talk about it, and that can be we'll end it there.
Yeah, I have
I
one
think that's
little
probably
one
best.
for
Okay,
Universal Studios.
do that
Let
one.
me
Do
do
that one.
that first. Let me do this first. Because what I really want is it's not even a character. It's not okay, and it has something to do with food, obviously.
Oh boy.
All right, in New
Okay.
York, I want to
Hmm.
see a New York City hot dog cart and a Nuts for Nuts hot cart in New York City, and them just
Nuts for
screaming
nuts.
out like, oh, you got okay. If you go to New York City, right
Okay.
on every corner, there's a hot dog cart, right,
Uh-huh.
and then there's this like nut vendor, right, and it's like glazed. You ever have like glazed almonds or like
Yeah.
glazed cashews, right? So this company's called Nuts for Nuts, all right,
Okay.
and they're so good, and they're just hot, like cinnamon glazed almonds, and you just buy these things.
Okay.
It would be the greatest thing ever if I walked into the New York area and there was a Nuts for Nuts like
Hmm.
vendor there. Oh man, I would lose it. It would be great. And you've had the same nuts like everywhere. Like
Yeah.
you've had these same things. Bucky sells them. Like everybody, like like all these
Right.
places like have these things. But for some reason, the ones on New York City streets are like, I don't know. It's just brings me back to like when I was younger, walking through the city. Like
No, I think that's a good idea.
it's not a character. You're not meet and greeting this guy. You are going to pay money.
You
But
could.
I really wanted it, so I needed to throw it in there. So
If you want to take a picture with the Nuts for Nuts guy, you
yeah,
could.
they're so good. All right, let's move on to my last one here.
Yeah. So I think that Seuss Landing could use a little magic. Now obviously Cat in the Hat, low hanging fruit. Yeah, we definitely should have a walk around Cat in the Hat. Whatever. That's not the important part. The important part is that the Lorax needs to make his way
Yeah,
in
I
there.
agree. I agree 100%. Like mine, I had the Lorax on my list, and like I was looking
Yeah.
through old photos, and there is a Lorax somewhere, and I've never seen him walking around, but
I've
maybe
never
he was in
seen
a
him.
show at some point. But if you look it up, Universal, like if you Google it, Universal
Hmm.
Lorax, like meet and greet, he'll they have the costume and everything, but I never see him walking around at all.
I wonder if he's just one of those like weird random like limited ones, but I
Yeah,
don't feel like he should be. The
no,
Lorax needs more of a presence in the parks and not just his little tiny statue that they dress up too early
yeah.
for Christmas.
The Lorax was one of the best like
I
kid
love the
movies I
Lorax.
watched with my kids growing up, and my kids absolutely love it. I would love. Okay, so they have that little stage show in Seuss
Yeah.
Landing, right? it'd be cool to rotate that and have like a little scene from like the Lorax, like
Yeah,
how bad
you could have the
could it be?
Onceler.
Yeah, the Onceler walking around would be so cool.
The
It'd
walk
be
around
awesome.
Onceler for sure, for sure.
And how are they not selling Sneeds? Right? Everybody
Yeah.
needs a Sneed.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I agree.
Right? I don't
I
understand
agree.
that, right? It would be great. More Lorax, and listen, we both love the Cat in the Hat ride because it's like
Mm-hmm.
classic dark ride. But like, hey, listen, if it needs a refresh, a Lorax one would be phenomenal as well. Like, I think starting to go back, and Lorax came out in what year was that? 2000. It was
Oh,
10 years ago. More,
yeah.
probably more.
It's probably like 15, I think.
Let's see, 2012. 2012. Isn't that
17?
crazy?
How,
And
what's math? Yeah.
what's that? 13 years ago.
13.
13 years ago, and it's still like shown to kids today. And I actually, my
Yeah.
son watched it in elementary school when they were talking about some like environmental thing. Like they watched part
I
of the
love the
Lorax. So
Lorax.
it's so
I
good. I love it.
That's the thing, right? I always see all of the kids sit next to the Lorax that gets dressed up too early for Christmas, and they're taking pictures with the Lorax, and they love him. People love the Lorax, and I feel like popularity wise, we need to put the Lorax as a walk around character or a meet and greet. I will settle for a meet and greet, but the Lorax needs to be there.
Yeah, that whole land should be focused on the Lorax more so than any other. Like it really should.
100%
It
Lorax
should.
supremacy.
I wouldn't even. Okay, let's go crazy and like let's tear down the whole freaking land and start a Lorax land. Like keep back the shoes,
Oh,
right? Yeah,
the
and just have.
Seuss estate would would
Oh my!
riot.
It would be the best thing ever. How
It would
cool
be
would it be?
amazing.
How cool,
100%.
right? And you have like
The
the house,
trees,
the
the
Onceler
Onceler
with it.
house.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be awesome. Okay, maybe not tear down the whole thing, but like it would be cool to like maybe.
We can't remove Cat in the Hat. Cat in
No,
the Hat is the
no,
moneymaker.
exactly. I love that ride,
I
but
love the Cat in the Hat.
yeah, but it would be cool to have something with themed
We need
around
a
it.
Lorax ride.
Yeah, that would be very cool. That'd be very cool. So,
All right.
all right. Well, that's our random
That's it, guys.
list of what we want to see in the park. So, like always, like and subscribe, YouTube, TikTok, and follow us on. Nope, I just messed that up already. So,
You good?
listen to us live on TikTok every other week now during the summers. This episode has been brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. If you're looking for travel plans, reach out to us at what's the email address, Tim?
Universally Epic Podcast at gmail.com.
Nailed it 2 weeks ago. She botched it, but this week, great.
I'm redeeming myself.
So reach out to us at Universally Epic Podcast at gmail.com. And like always, have an epic week, everybody.
Planet? Oh no.
I don't know.
Oh no. Hold up. You're gonna have to get rid of this.
Yeah, no.
Milo, hold on. I shouldn't have second guessed myself. It was Treasure Planet. It was Treasure Planet. Okay. Milo from Treasure Planet